Good morning. This is Mark Matulat for Peter Silbermann Schule, and today we're going to be talking about another easy care plant, a true succulent, and I'm going to show it to you and tell you a little bit about it. So stick around for more. So here we have the plant. It is a true succulent that you find in many backyards, also front yards, in Southern California, where the climate is dry, where it is very sunny, where they've had droughts for the last couple of years. So this one is a plant which can go without a lot of water, and you can see my plant sitting in a mineral mix. Now, the plant is called Aeonium, Arborium, Atropurpurium. Difficult name. Yes, it is Aeonium. It comes from the family of Aeoniums, and Arborium means this one is growing like a tree. Arbor is the Latin word for a tree, and when you look here, they have these long stems which store water. That's why it's called a succulent. And atropurpurium means that the foliage is black, well, a reddish black or a blackish red, depending on how you want to look at it. Ata is Latin, means black. Purpurium is a very dark purple, very dark red violet. So this is a plant that you can find in garden centers, DIY stores, in nurseries. I buy mine in the nearest DIY that has a garden center. It's in my neighborhood. It's quite inexpensive, actually, depending on the size, of course. These are young plants and they are quite inexpensive, less than 10 euros. Yes, and there is something particular. When you look closely, you see that now in fall, the center of the plant here turns green again. In the middle of summer, the plant is approximately like this, all black. So all leaves are black or blackish red, reddish black. And as the days grow shorter, and with the cloudy days of the last week, the leaves go back to their natural green, and in the spring, when the days are getting longer and there's more sunlight again, the leaves will turn black again. So this is the special character of this plant. The color of the leaves depends on the amount of ultraviolet light. In the winter, they're rather green, and in the summer, they're all black. Okay, so exposure. I just told you that the color of the leaves depends on the amount of ultraviolet light. So this is a plant for a south or southwest facing window or balcony. This plant needs full sun in order to develop these dark black leaves. Okay? Nothing for a north or northeast facing window or balcony. This needs full sun. So the more sunlight, direct sunlight the plant gets, the better, or the blacker the leaves, the darker the leaves. Watering. Well, I told you this is a succulent, so this likes to be kept rather on the dry side. So don't overwater. If the plants are underwatered for too long, they drop leaves. I don't see any leaf drop at the moment, so I seem to have watered them enough. And since this is a mineral mix and a mix of clay and lava rock, it is a very well-draining mix. You may also use an organic cactus and succulent mix, which would be a ratio of, let's say, 50% all-purpose potting soil, peat-free, of course, for ecological reasons. I make a point of this. And horticultural sand, probably another 25%, and grit. You may use this for grit, or you may use mineral grit in the form of pumice or lava rock, or even pebbles that you can buy and that you would put a layer that you would use in fish tanks. You know, fish tanks usually have something like pebbles, coarse pebbles at the bottom, maybe also some sand on the ground. So you can use this, and you would use, you can find this type of sand and pebbles in pet shops. Maybe even find a pet shop boy there. Fertilizer. Well, these do not want to be over-fertilized. So a half dose of what is recommended on the liquid fertilizer bottle is perfect. Half dose. No more than that. If you over-fertilize and fertilize too often, they grow to be very leggy and unsightly, so water them once a month, a half dose. That's perfect, that's fine. They will still be growing, they will still be going strong, and look at these. They are the way they should be, and I don't fertilize mine a lot. Probably once a month, and I don't fertilize them in the winter at all. So in the winter, I would refrain from fertilizing altogether. Don't overwinter them in too cold an environment. So temperatures shouldn't drop below, let's say, 8 to 10 degrees Celsius. You can keep overwinter them in your home. No need to take them anywhere cold. So room temperature that is comfortable for you is comfortable for this plant. Pests. Excuse me. Yes, they are prone to pests. I've seen these with a spider mite infection. However, this time it was quite easy to fight the spider mite infection. I just sprayed a mix of water, dish soap, liquid dish soap, of course, and rubbing alcohol. and I sprayed the plant once a week. I did this for 4 weeks in a row, and after that the spider mite infestation was gone. So here, these are plants that are, well, they are prone to spider mites, but the fight is not that hard. And after 4 weeks, they were clean again, and they regrew leaves. What can happen is that when they have an infection, that they may drop leaves, and you will find a lot of leaves every morning. You come and inspect the plant, and when you ask yourself, what's the matter? Why is this plant dropping leaves? Take a close look, spray it. Maybe you see some kind of webbing here, which looks like a spider web. And if you find such webbing around the crowns of these plants, well, then you know now it's high time you started doing something about it, and you spray, as I said, water, dish soap, rubbing alcohol will do the job 4 consecutive weeks, and then the spider mites are gone. Is there any, oh yes, propagation. How do you get more plants, new plants, young plants from these? Well, you do this by cutting the stems, like here, cutting them, letting them dry overnight, maybe for 2 days or 3 days. I don't take that much time. I take the cutting here, and then I shove it into new potting mix, soil, or a mineral mix. And let me take you over here. That's what I did with these. These are cuttings, and as you can see, I just poked them into the potting mix, and after a while they grow roots, and then there are new plants here, and these ones look much blacker. Yeah, this one looks much blacker than the ones that I've just shown you. So depending on the amount of light they get, they're either black or green. Okay? So this is what I've been wanting to tell you. And if you think this is a plant for you, and it is, if you don't have a lot of time to care for plants, but you want one which is decorative, maybe looks a little exotic, then this plant is for you. Thanks for watching, and catch you in one of the next videos. So for the moment, bye-bye.